Peace, love, and light, y'all. And welcome to episode 12 of the Love, Space, and Time podcast. Of course, I'm Misha.
Coming from the Atlanta Blue Studio, I am Vernon.
Welcome, Vernon.
Welcome, Misha. We're together in the same location. We are reunited, and it feels so good. Oh, yeah. I made a trip just before the global IT outage
Of Microsoft.
that made us, that's got so many people changing their travel plans. But I made it to Atlanta safe and sound, and I'm so happy to be here because we have been enjoying this time in Atlanta. We had some fun outings. We went to a couple of different places.
And yeah, Vernon got the chance to be a nursemaid this time around, so I'm really excited about that.
Yeah,
I'm really happy that you were here to support me.
We played tag, so I got my fingers crossed that she can't make me hit now. But last time I was not feeling well. She took care of me. This time she was not feeling well, and I took care of her. And now she's feeling better. So you see how good my bedside manner is.
Actually, he's very good.
I'm
He's
very
very,
good
very, very attentive. Made sure I had food. Made sure I followed the instructions I was given to follow, and I stayed in order.
Yep.
So I'm grateful for you, babe.
That's how it's gonna be.
So, episode 12, we are talking about ways to keep the romance alive during your long distance relationship. And we were reflecting over this list that we have because some of the same things keep coming up from previous episodes that we've done. And yeah, all of these things are very related. They're very important. We might have a little tweak here and there, but it all makes a difference.
Yeah.
It's the effort. You can have a list of things all day long, but if you don't make the effort to try to do any of these things to strengthen your relationship, it counts for nothing.
For sure.
It counts for nothing. So we're so excited to be here with you and share this list with you that we have. So we're going to go ahead and get started.
Yep. Keep the romance alive, or as Billy Jackson would say, how to keep the home fires burning, baby.
Keep the home fires burning. All right. So at the top of our list are virtual date nights.
We talk a lot about this, and we kind of take it for granted because we just stay in contact all the time. So every day is a day for us. But there are some people out there who get in contact with one another once a month, once a week, or nobody.
Oh, God, they are not doing once a month because that's not even I don't know what that is.
Well, extenuating circumstance might have people in the military and sometimes they can't make contact on a regular basis.
What about if your person is locked up, incarcerated?
We should find some people who are in that situation. See
I just thought about that. What if your partner is locked up and you literally can only see them
every few months or something like that?
That is wild to me.
Maybe God forbid that ever happened to us. But we should find people who are in that situation and see what that's like.
I think that's a good idea to get a different perspective because we take for granted that we can travel like we want to travel. But what if your person is incarcerated somewhere and they can't hop on a plane once a month?
Yeah.
Interesting inspiration there. Something to think about.
And talk about keeping the home alive, keeping romance alive. Yeah, I would like to learn how you keep your relationship alive and thrive under the most extreme circumstances.
Exactly. That is extreme. That is very, very extreme.
So far, we've heard people who have 10 hours. 10 hours?
5 hours.
5 hours.
Yeah.
5 hours. Yeah. We talk to people who have relationships on the other side of the world still. They can contact one another
freely.
Yeah. We got WhatsApp, video chat, this and that and the other. There's almost no separation. But virtual date night, something that brings it to the out of the ordinary. If you can just reach out and touch your significant other, and sometimes you want to spice it up, you want to make something special. So virtual date nights are where those come in place. We talk about game nights before, and then we also talk about
Teleparty, where you can actually share the movie that you're watching through the Teleparty app. And I looked into it because I had never heard of it before because before we used Amazon Prime to do watch parties. And I think Amazon Prime discontinued that. So now there's teleparty. So I think it involves installing some type of extension onto your website or web page.
Yep.
Something like that. So you got to have a little technology savvy to be able to do that. But, or, you know, at the very least, you can just put the same movie on at the same time and, you know, chat about it on the phone or whatever. And that gives you insight into what kind of movies your partner likes. Because I am not a horror person. I'm not a horror movie person at all.
Neither one of us like assaulting our minds.
Right. That's too much.
Horror and gore.
Mm-hmm.
All the things you can feel your imagination with, stuff like that.
Exactly. So, and as far as game nights are concerned, Vernon and I have an ongoing rivalry on Words with Friends.
Lame game. But if you're into lame games, then by all means.
Words with Friends is not lame, although there are some words that you'll be like, that's not even a word.
Yeah, like
but it's a word somewhere.
What language is that?
Oh,
here's why it's really lame. Okay, I can get with this word somewhere else. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but even with that, you should be consistent. But here's the thing: you can put something in Words with Friends, right? Why Words with Friends? On the words, it's supposed to give you a definition. It'll actually say this isn't really a word, but we're going to allow it anyway.
Because somebody protested somewhere probably and said, this is really a word. And they're like, oh, we don't know, but we'll give it to you.
So that's like making up some imaginary words.
But with the real life words, though, I'm still kicking your butt. So, I mean, I think that's really why you're disgruntled.
I think she used a fair share of non-existent words. Like the Jetsons, eat our pork. That's supposed to mean I love you, right?
That does mean I love you.
Mm-hmm.
In their languages. So, with that being said, yes, the movie nights, the games on our phones, there's so many games we can play against each other or with our partner, against other people. Oh, talking about Rich Dad Poor Dad, because we talked about financial literacy before, and the game with Rich Dad Poor Dad, what's it called again?
It's called cash flow.
Cash flow, yeah.
That's actually one of the things that brought us together. One of the things that holds us apart is financial literacy. Did I say holds us apart?
Was that a foreign slip? What was that?
It was a foreign slip. How you hold something apart?
Exactly.
And like this. One of the things that holds us apart, one of the things that holds us together is the fact that we got some financial goals and personal economic accomplishments that we want to achieve together.
Exactly.
We got goals that we want to accomplish for the future of our union, our coupleship, our family. We're building a future.
Exactly.
Together. We're uniting houses.
Exactly. Like on Game of Thrones or something.
Yes.
We're uniting our empires, and money is very important if you're going to build an empire. So that game on, what's it called again?
Cash flow.
Cash flow will challenge what you think about money and how we use money in our day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
I'm going to raise my hand because I experienced a mind shift, a paradigm shift when I played that game.
We all have something to learn. I don't know anybody that doesn't want to get stronger financially, doesn't want to be in a better financial situation. So what better way to learn what you don't know than by making a game out of it. It's fun. You actually do pick up stuff that you didn't know about, or you're able to challenge ideas that you had could be holding back. So yeah, Cash Flow is one of the great games that we have played in a while, so we need to revisit that. But we're in this Words with Friends phase.
Right.
That somebody's enjoying more than somebody else.
That's so sad.
Perhaps we'll get back to Cash Flow soon.
Perhaps. You know how life is. It goes in cycles and shift this way and shift that way. So it's okay.
See, so hopefully in your relationship, back and forth, that dynamic, that's kind of fun. That keeps the romance alive. It's fun. She likes picking with me. I kind of like picking with her too.
Kinda.
So playing games like that is one of the ways that we can stay engaged with something that amuses both.
Fun fact about Vernon and I, we are both Capricorns. And what's the common denominator about Capricorns? The sarcasm, baby. He throws his little jabs. I throw my little jabs.
I don't throw jabs. I'm not bothered.
Whatever.
I
Whatever.
believe in peace,
Don't let him
love,
fool you. He throws his little jabs and I'm throwing them right back. So,
peace,
yeah.
love, and freedom.
Okay.
And I believe in not being the aggressor.
Okay. That's what you say. We're going to let you have that. All right. We're going to move on to the next one.
Next one.
Surprise care packages. So I don't necessarily care for surprises that I know 2 weeks in advance about. I would rather just be surprised in the moment.
And they don't even have to be anything major or
Mm-hmm.
big.
Mm-hmm. It
You
really
got
doesn't.
surprised me a couple weeks ago, didn't you?
Yes, I did. You always surprise me. And you got a surprise for me this week during your visit.
It's nice to know that you're on somebody's mind. You're somebody's thinking about you.
Yeah.
Surprise care packages.
Mm-hmm.
Bring a smile to your face.
Absolutely. And if you're the type of person who likes to write letters, you know, you get your fancy smancy stationery. I think that's a cute thing though, because you know in those rom-coms they discover the box with all the letters that you know people exchanged during the wartime or whatever when they had their forbidden love affair and they wrote letters to each other. Wouldn't that be cool when we get to like 80 and 90 years old and we're like, here's our letters that we wrote to each other. I think that's so sweet.
Yeah, leave a legacy behind.
Mm-hmm.
Like back in the 2020s and whatnot.
Right. You can see how what love meant to people in this day and time.
You want to see a bunch of videos, you pop balloons and no, that's not one.
I don't like you because you look like you cost too much money. You get to know the person. Like, that's wild to me.
People are
I don't like
expressing
them.
in 2024. People are expressing more heartfelt, authentic feelings and honesty and expressions of just appreciation to one another. Everything is not what was in the common culture and what you see on reality TV. There's people who just want to say what they feel, show how much and why they appreciate somebody else.
And I think that you really can't learn to appreciate somebody until you actually get to know that person.
Yeah.
So it's time out for all the fake surface level stuff. Get to know somebody a little bit deeper than what you see they have on or what they're driving or where they live. Like, get to know a person deeper than that.
You really cannot be in a long distance relationship if you're a shallow, superficial person.
Mm-hmm.
So what makes you extraordinary, what makes a person in a long distance relationship extraordinary is they're willing to open up, be known, and to know somebody else. Only people love. That's just one of the main ingredients of a long distance relationship.
Absolutely.
Consider yourself cut above rest if you are thinking about or you are involved in a long distance relationship.
Yeah, you are a very unique individual if you have it in your heart to love someone that you don't see all the time, that you can't access right away, that you know you have to wait to see. I think that, you know, it sounds cliche, but absence does make the heart grow fonder.
True. And it's harder to take somebody for granted. Not just right there with you. You get a chance to get that habit out of our system. So even when we are with one another, even when you do get a chance to, okay, we're no longer in the longest relationship, we close the gap, we're actively working on not taking one another for granted.
Right.
When you give one another, it's more meaningful. And we sustain that.
Yeah, it is sustainable that way.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, because you've done the work.
We are doing work. That's what long distance relationships are all about.
Mm-hmm.
So care packages, handwritten letters, actually expressing how you feel and why you feel the way you feel about a person. It's good to do that.
Oh my gosh, I would love that.
Don't think that it's corny, dudes, fellas. Don't think it's corny to write poetry either.
Ooh.
Write your feelings.
Yes.
What it is you feel.
That would be amazing.
It's not for anybody else. I mean, maybe you go famous. You might think the world's next greatest poet. But,
It's your intimate thoughts between you and your partners.
Yeah, So whatever hang up you got over expressing yourself, get over that.
Mm-hmm. Your partner would definitely appreciate it. And that will endear you more to that person because you're willing to be vulnerable and share your innermost thoughts and feelings. And we have to safeguard that. We have to safeguard what is shared with us and keep it between the two of us, right?
Yep.
That makes your heart and your relationship grow stronger. So think about that.
All right.
All right. Next item is digital keepsakes. Digital keepsakes. There are so many ways to share pictures. I know on a certain, well, a lot of the different email addresses that we can get, they offer you cloud sharing.
Mhm.
So you can create an album for you and your person.
Yeah.
So whatever you're doing throughout the day, you take a little snapshot. This is what I'm doing, or isn't this interesting? Or look at this, thing I found when I went to the museum, and share it with your partner.
You know, when it comes to working, there's so many, they call them collaborative workspaces.
Collaborative workspaces.
Whether you use Google Drive, whether you use Asana and Monday. There's so many things that are out there that allow people in different locations or different times to work on the same thing. Canva, CapCut, they all have these places where multiple people can go in at once. So you could be working on projects together, you could be just have a place to share your creativity, and the other person has access to it. So they can see what you're working on, you can see what they're working on, and add some flavor to your project and add flavor to their project.
Yeah, like when we started thinking about the logo that we wanted to have for Love, Space, and Time, we went to Canva.
Yeah.
And we started putting things in Canva that we wanted to, that we thought would be good for our logo. So yeah, it does work. It definitely does work. And especially if you want to do like a vision board for your relationship, you can definitely use that where you're both, like today, even though this is not digital, this was something that we got today when we were out.
Yeah. You came across the gym.
It says your prosperity, your prosperity treasure map. We visited Hillside International Truth Center today, and this is what they had. And so what we're going to do is fill in all of the circles. Picture of yourself in good health, picture of desired form of recreation, and so on and so on.
Travel. No, everybody's familiar with like vision board, right?
Picture of a money or check.
There you go. Hey.
So that's something that we're doing together. So we have two. So when he goes back to his home, he can fill in. We're going to talk about it, of course, and then we fill it in together. But you can also do that. You can also do that as a couple.
So that's manifesting. Team manifesting.
Team manifesting. So you can create a board like this, or you can have one online somewhere where you can share with each other.
You can create little PowerPoint slides and have all your stuff in there, so you have the same imagery that's going back and forth on another. Or you can do that and swap them, so she gets to see my vision and I get to see her vision.
I think it's just amazing, though, a year from now to be able to look back on that board and see what you've accomplished. That's what I'm looking forward to, like to see how much we've actually accomplished in a certain time frame. I'm looking forward to it.
Make it reality. Make it happen, baby.
Let's make it happen. All right, next on our list is personalized playlist. Now, we both love music. Every time we get together, we share different music, our favorite artists, our favorite songs. We listen to new artists together.
She's always introducing me to somebody new. When we do road trips, one of us gets to be the DJ. So we be music heads too. I mean, we got a rich history. We 70s babies.
Yes.
All the music that's been occurring and created over the last 50 years. So.
And I recently got into jazz, started getting into jazz last year because I became a member at the High Museum of Art in Atlanta. And every third Friday, they have Jazz Fridays. So when Ronnie would come to town, we would go to Jazz Fridays at High Museum of Art. So I've gotten more into jazz. He's introduced me to Kamasi Washington.
Shout out Kamasi. Come see you, man.
Kamasi Washington, I'm an R&B girl, so I love old school R&B, so we're just always exploring music, and that is one of the things that, creates a bond, because even when we can't find the words to kind of say what we want to say to each other, there's a song that can help us.
Absolutely.
Even when we want to be goofy or silly with each other.
There's always a song.
Yeah, so that playlist is really, really handy. And also the video messages. So we use Google Meet a lot. every day. We really should have stock in the company because we start our mornings together on Google Meet. And so they have these different filters on there. So when you want to be goofy with your partner, you just put on one of the filters and have fun with it.
Great ideas for role playing.
Great ideas for role playing, which is one of the items that we're going to talk about later on this list.
Role playing and cosplay.
Role play and cosplay. Add a little spice to your relationship, to your communication. Yes. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes you got to step out of your comfort zone and do things that you may or may not have done before. And it brings a new level of excitement to your relationship, and it creates a bond with you and your partner.
Yeah, you can never go bored. I mean, there's always a new way to spend it.
Absolutely. Okay. Next group on our creative communication. Oh, this is what we were just talking about.
Yep.
Role play.
You know what we should do? What if we use the filters and for the whole day, our communication has got to be in character as the filter that we use.
That's interesting because Vernon, what's your favorite character so far?
Captain Blackburn.
Captain Blackburn. And so, since he's the captain, I'm the winch.
They didn't even come up with a winch filter.
They don't have a winch filter, so I kind of have to use my imagination, but it is hilarious.
Just understand.
It's hilarious.
When you pop up in your city as Captain Blackburn and Winch.
I don't even have a real name. I'm just the winch.
Just Winch.
But it's fun. It's fun for us. And maybe you can find something that's fun for you and your partner. Maybe you don't want to be a captain, a pirate. Maybe you want to be, I don't know, the maintenance man and the person who needs their plumbing fixed. I don't know.
Clean up man. And what did they say? Clean up with clean up woman.
Clean up woman. Clean up woman was going around stealing people's husbands, though. So don't do it. Don't do it. That's not good. Yeah, but role play, and even when you get an opportunity to go be in the same place together, which is what we plan to do, we're going to do cosplay. We're actually going to dress up.
I want to go to Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
Next weekend?
August the 3rd. It's like Afro 3rd. Afro Nerd.
August 3rd.
Yeah, on August 3rd. That was a tongue twister. Yeah, so, and what's next on our list? Oh, use questions. Use question prompts or conversation starters to learn more about each other. So that is how we actually started our relationship, because we were in the book called
Relationship Talks.
Relationship Talks. And Relationship Talks has hundreds of questions in it over several different
categories.
Several different categories that we asked each other.
Yep.
What is your financial situation? What is your health situation? How do you feel about A, B, and C? What would you do in this situation? And so it gave us an opportunity to really explore our thought processes and really where we've come from and where we plan on going. So maybe one day you decide you want to talk about higher education. Do you want to go back to school? What did you study while you were in school? Maybe one day you want to talk about what's going on with you at work. I mean, it could be so many different conversations that you can have just using a prompt.
Yeah.
Even just writing something on a piece of paper and putting it in a bowl, and each day you pull out a topic. Today's topic is children. That's something that you can talk about all day, literally. If you don't have any, talk about, what your plans are for children. If you have children, well, where are they now in life? What do you plan to do? X, Y, and Z. There's so many ways to go through that type of conversation, and you learn more about your partner and how you actually can fit into each other's lives and support each other.
Important to have conversations sooner than later. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where you should have already worked it out. And here it is, you got to figure it out on the fly.
I used to watch 90 Day Fiance a lot. And one of the things that was like a bump in the road for these couples was if one person was from one culture and the other person didn't share that culture, when they talk about children, it was kind of too late, because it's like, well, I'm going to raise my child to be this way. Well, I want to raise a child to be this way. Well, that is really the type of conversation you should have at the very, 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 very beginning, so that you can either A, decide if you want to continue with this person, and B, decide how you're going to compromise as far as raising your child.
Yeah. You want to know that stuff as soon as possible up front. I mean, I'm not saying that has to be a first date or first meeting type of conversation, but you realize that, hey, this is somebody that I want to explore what the future could be.
Right.
Why not have the important conversation?
Exactly. So
on the same page as quick as you can.
Discover if you're on the same page as quick as you can. As quick as you can. So yeah, that's good advice. What's next?
Shared hobbies and goals.
Well, you skipped one.
Yeah.
Voice notes.
Oh, voice notes. You didn't mention it.
Well, I wanted to make this a segue.
Oh.
And my segue is going to be that we just recorded our first couples affirmation today.
We told you all, we've been saying in previous episodes, we had something in store. So
Yes.
we have just completed our first
Couples affirmation.
Couples affirmation. These are things that people in long distance relationships, anybody in relationships can use. Whether you want to do morning meditation, whether you just want to have some positive thing while you housework, whether you want to play while you're on your way to work in the morning, come back from work after a long stressful day, just positive affirmations, good, calm music. It's relaxing, but you can listen to while you drive. It's not gonna make you fall asleep like that.
No.
But it is relaxing and calm. You can use it to fall asleep. You have something positive playing while you're drifting off. Or first thing when you wake up in the morning, something positive playing when you start your day.
Right,
Do
exactly.
that as a couple, do it together. Pick a time during the day or during the week where you just listen to it and affirm yourself, affirm each other, or do it on your own.
And I think it's important to say the words out loud.
Yeah.
I think it's important to hear yourself say these words, because it's planting a seed in your mind. It's changing your mind on a subconscious level, that if you were, a negative thinker, or if you felt like you're unlucky in love and all of those things, it does begin to change the way that you think about love and relationships. And we know how everything starts in our mind. So when you change the way you think about something, it changes the reality that you experience on a daily basis.
Preach on
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
High five on that. But that does segue into our next topic, because that was a shared goal that we did have. And we're going to continue to publish and put out items like that. That's very, encouraging and supportive of couples who are in long distance relationships. And I'm so excited about it.
Yep.
I'm so excited about it.
We got more good stuff on the way, but that is a major accomplishment for us both. We've been trying to work on that. And we still have some other things to go, because it's got to be right. We got to make it available to you all and make sure that you all can get it. And everybody who's interested in that can have access to it. So
Absolutely.
more good stuff on the way. We want you all to stay tuned, stay plugged in with us here. And whenever we come up with something good, we'll make sure that you are among the first to get it.
Absolutely. The next item on our list was a fitness challenge, and we have talked about this before.
We need to come up with something that we want to do together. Tomorrow we're going to Planet Fitness, aren't we?
We are going to the gym tomorrow.
Hit the gym, go hit it in, go hit it in. Feel the burn, baby. Don't be a lunk, though.
Oh my gosh.
Lunk alert,
Don't get the lunk alert. But yeah, we are definitely going to the gym tomorrow. Maybe we'll, I don't know, maybe in the future we can do a fitness challenge for couples. We'll figure out that part out, and we'll let everybody know that wants to participate. We'll figure it out. We'll get back to you. But we definitely believe in getting physically fit, because we want to be each other's lives.
Sitting around being lazy is not a good way to cultivate a loving relationship.
Yeah, because you want your partner to be healthy. You want your partner to strive.
We're going hiking through the park.
I like to be outside. I like to be outside and do stuff.
We walk through the city.
Yeah. Get that fresh air. That's one of the doctors that they talk about. Fresh air and exercise. For sure. Book club is next on our list. So we are still reading. Well, we're going to plan our next book to read, because we don't have one right now, but Definitely a shared interest can be reading a book together and discussing it. You get to see how your partner thinks and views life. Just so many things to explore. And we were at a service today that talked about stepping outside of your comfort zone. So if you're a right brain person like some people and a left brain person like myself, maybe read something in a different category that's totally different than what you're used to reading.
Yeah, and then discuss that.
And then discuss it and get different perspectives.
Share your thoughts and your views on this subject that maybe or maybe not. You just kind of have a vested interest in.
Exactly.
But I suggested that a while back. I said, hey, why don't we pick something where at least 1 hour a week, something that you're interested in, I'll join you and I'll come learn what you're interested in learning. And something I'm interested in, come, actively engage, and we'll learn this together.
Mm-hmm. And I appreciate
that's still on the to be done list.
Yes, and I appreciate your patience, babe. You do not give up.
Persistence
and patience.
Patiently persevering.
Don't make it seem like it's a. Don't do that.
I just said patiently persevering.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I hear people will be blessed if they do that. So patiently persevere.
Next topic.
Planning for the future. That's where our vision board comes in.
Yes.
That's a good way to start it off.
I like this idea of the future date jar.
Speaking of which, this covers so many different areas because when you get to financial literacy, one of the things that's suggested that we learn from The Richest Man in Babylon, as well as some other books that are out there, they all say, hey, when you get your paycheck, when you get your money in, you should have little jars, little envelopes, or little cans that you put this amount and that amount and that amount. And there should always be a can for how we can enjoy ourselves together. So it's a future date jar. And that way, you don't worry about robbing from Peter to pay Paul. You have what's going in the date jar. When you get enough in that date jar, then that's what you have that's going towards the date. You don't go above that. And anything that's in there is fair game. You go on a date, you got $1,000 in there, and hey,
we're gonna spend that $1,000.
That's specifically earmarked for dates, not bills, not credit cards, not nothing else. If you only got $50 in there and you want to do something, hey, you can do it for $50 a date.
That teaches us to be resourceful too. And the date jar though is also items or things that you can do together.
Okay, absolutely. That's
So-
David, right? You got to do it together.
Right. But what I'm saying is specific things like if you put bowling on there, or you go, throwing the axes. I haven't done that yet, but I think it's pretty
We want
fun.
to do that. We want to do that together.
Roller skating, or mountain climbing, or bungee jumping. Put all of those ideas in the jar. So when you get your money and you pull that thing out to a weekend vacation, a 4-day vacation in Jamaica. Now that sounds real good. Don't make sure I put that in the jar.
Yeah, if you pull it out and you don't have enough in the jar, just put it back in there. Eventually you will. Then another thing that the jar teaches you is delayed gratification. So if you pull something out, you're like, I don't have enough of that. Do you just go on the date and spend what you got anyway? Or do you put it back and say, let's keep on saving until we get to that one?
Interesting.
That takes a lot of discipline.
Pray for me.
So you need to learn that more than others.
Pray for me.
Sometimes that can be worthwhile.
I definitely will, because there have been times where I have been patient and waiting, and it was well worth it. So I'm grateful for that. Countdowns. Boy, do I know about that. I don't like start counting down until it's like 14 days. Is anything above and beyond that is just too much? And I don't even want to. When it gets to 14, then I feel like that's a reasonable amount of time for me to start actively counting down. Because those 14 days seem to go by fast. But if we're talking about 21 and a whole month and stuff, don't talk to me.
See, you just make yourself crazy with stuff like that. So, but you gotta have something to look forward to. So if you can give yourself milestones and goals that you're reaching towards, then that does make it a lot easier. Like keeping a romance going. You gotta have something that you look forward to.
Milestones are great though. That is our next items, those special occasions that you have, like the first time the first date that you have, or the time that you realize, ooh, this is the person I want to be with, or the first time you did something embarrassing in front of your partner.
What you laughing for? What you laughing for? Better you say it. I ain't gonna tell your business to everybody.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Just think of something very embarrassing as women. Whatever it is, the first time you ever did it in front of your partner. That's something I would laugh about for forever. Like, you remember the first time I passed gas in front of you and you acted like you didn't hear me? I would laugh about that. That's just me and my silly humor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's not a milestone. That's just me, my silly humor. Maybe you wouldn't do that, but that's something I would laugh about because I'm just goofy like that. Surprise visits. Pop up, drive backs.
Can you imagine that? Imagine being in a long distance relationship. There's loads of stuff on YouTube about that. People who weren't expecting to be surprised, they're just sitting there somewhere, doing what they're doing, and then family member who was not supposed to come back until next year, they just pop up on.
I think that is so sweet.
You see a lot of the military families.
And I mean, by the time you know where someone works, you know where they live, you know what their circle is.
Pop up.
You can pop up.
Come on through.
Yep. Open invitation.
Come through.
Okay, where are we now? Gifts with meaning.
Meaning. Every gift has meaning. I mean,
you don't buy something that doesn't have meaning.
Yeah, everything that I've exchanged with you, everything that I've received from you has particular meaning. I don't take none of it for granted, and I haven't initiated giving you a gift that didn't have special significance. So yeah, gifts with meaning.
That's very thoughtful.
Everything has meaning.
That means that you got to pay attention to what the person is saying, though.
Absolutely.
If you know that they like a particular artist, and that artist is coming to their city, so let's tickets.
Yeah.
Or a T-shirt, or paraphernalia, or their favorite book from their favorite author, their favorite author's book, or something like that. Just surprising. That means you have to listen and pay attention.
And you can't take little things like that for granted. And even if it is a little gift, even if it's something small and seemingly insignificant, just understand that everything has significance.
Yeah, because if I know that you remembered something that I told you 3 months ago, oh my God, that means I'm smart.
Take notes.
Take notes. Okay, next. Staying connected. Morning and night rituals, that's easy. First person that you talk to when you get up. Last person that you talk to before you go to sleep. That's how I do my day. That's how we do our day.
Yeah.
So that's the easy part. If you're talking to your person already, that is super easy. Now, sometimes, like we said, your time zone is a little bit different or a lot different. You have to work that out. Maybe you're sending them a text. Hey, my love, I'm going to bed now. I hope you have a great night. Maybe that's all you can do because they've been in bed hours ago.
All right.
But let them know that you're, thinking about them and they're on your mind. That's important. The intention has to be there.
Yeah, staying connected is a beautiful thing. I love feeling like there's somebody I need to check in with. I love feeling that somebody feels they need to check in with me. That just that's forms the bond. That's the glue that holds us together.
And also too, it talks about moments of appreciation. To say that you're grateful to someone. We always do that with each other. Yeah. That's very, very important because you want to show your gratitude. Being thankful brings more gifts to your life.
True.
So showing gratitude brings more things to be grateful for. And I like to show or say, give thanks and gratitude for things that are on my mind, but haven't necessarily manifested in the physical realm. I give thanks for my porch, for my house and my rabbit porch.
I gotta speak.
I haven't been physical yet, but
it's coming.
I'm showing gratitude for it because that's what my heart desires. And
as we understand about abundance and understand our connection and the access that we have to abundance, sky's the limit. There's no limitation.
There's no limitations on God, so don't put limits on Him.
Don't put limitations on yourself.
Don't put limitations on yourself. Absolutely. So give thanks. Woo! This is virtual intimacy. What do you think about that?
Find ways to be intimate over the distance. I am not necessarily going to advocate some of the things that are on this list. Howsoever, as James Brown would say, you got to do what you got to do.
Well, I feel like if it's between you and your partner, it's nobody else's business.
You and your partner in Google servers.
Well, yeah, that part too.
So
Maybe you want to use WhatsApp.
conduct
They
yourself
have
with
encryption.
utmost of discretion. Just because they say they have encryption, don't necessarily mean
Oh my gosh.
that you're immune.
You can send a little spicy text message. You can send a spicy text message. Send a spicy little video.
Whatever you want to do it at your own discretion.
Mhm.
Don't be surprised if sometime down the line when you run up for state senator or something like that, something pop up. Can't say you didn't know.
Oh my gosh. Let's hope it never gets that far. Let's hope it never gets that far.
But you know what they say? You don't have nothing to hide. You don't have nothing to fear. So whatever you're going to do, stick by it.
Yeah, I mean, this is your person. This is your partner. So
Your nickname is Gorilla Grip, and hey, and
wait a minute.
focus on the matter at hand.
This man just said, Lord have mercy.
You don't remember that the thing with the trial, the two murders and whatnot?
Oh, Fanny. And
So look.
he had her in the phone as a Gorilla Grip expletive.
The matter at hand was trying this case. So call her what you will.
Yeah.
They ain't get her removed from the case, did they?
Nope. Still got the job.
She's gonna get that ass.
You have a point, babe.
Whatever you gonna do,
Okay. Just don't let it be somebody else's
stand on business.
Just don't let it be somebody else's husband or wife. That's a lesson from that. If it's your man,
Oh, wait a minute. Here, check this out.
but
Here's another thing. This is a public service announcement, okay? You texting people just get careless, right? You know, oh, I made a mistake. I thought I was texting this person. Come on, people. I mean, come on now. You know, this ain't new technology anymore. At a certain point, you should know to check who you send and stuff to.
shots fired.
Don't nobody want to open up. Who the hell is?
Shots fired.
Mind yourself.
Mind yourself. Make sure you're texting the person that you meant to text. Anyways, let's move along.
Thoughtful gestures. These are under the category of intimate moments, right?
Mhm.
This is the more wholesome subcategory. Thoughtful gestures. Nothing wrong. Keeping romance alive.
Mhm.
Nothing wrong with sending beautiful notes, sending flowers, having something delivered to the person, to your significant other.
Danceagram to their job.
Instagram. Not the shipping deal, not no exotic dance. Don't be sending strippers to nobody. Don't be sending.
You can send a singing telegram to their job.
Yeah, you can singing telegram.
Do people still
do that? Do they do that? I guess they do.
I guess they do.
Oh man, you have my motherfucker over there? I'm about to lose my
We would be plugged into the wall.
I'm
Sorry.
over the cord. She's supposed to be subtle, y'all. I'm trying to but hey,
Somebody should have had their laptop with it.
making sure that thoughtful gestures is a routine and regular part of what you do is kind of par for the course. You know, you shouldn't even that shouldn't be anything that stops you. You don't have to do anything expensive. You don't have to break your budget or anything like that. Like I said, you got stuff in your envelopes and in your can. So whatever's in your envelope and can dictates what the budget's going to be. It doesn't have to be big, elaborate. You see something real simple. Send somebody
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats or Starbucks.
Send me some lunch.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So, thoughtful gestures. Nothing wrong with
Thoughtful
that.
gestures.
And that lets you know you got the right one more than them doing something thoughtful.
All right, we are on the last section here. Emotional support. God, if nothing else, your partner wants to know that you got their back if something goes left.
Mhm.
And Vernon has been a real trooper for me. Like I said, I wasn't feeling that great, and he has really stood in the gap for me. And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
Lauryn Hill said, "Respect just the minimum."
Mm-hmm.
Be able to know that, hey, whatever needs to be done, if you don't want to do it,
Right.
so
So
find a way to get it done.
absolutely. Your partner calls and says, "Babe, I had a messed up day." Do your best to give that person your undivided attention. If you're not able to do it at that time, say, "Listen, I can't really give you what you need right now. Let me call you back in like 5 minutes." And call them back and listen to what they have to say. And be supportive.
You know what? Being emotional support also requires emotional maturity too.
Ooh, say that again.
If you have whatever going on, you reach out and call the person, and they say, "Hey, let me call you back in 5 minutes. I can't talk to you right now. I'll call you right back." Don't make that something that is not supposed to be.
It's not a rejection of you.
You want that person's support. Let them get themselves ready so they can support you.
Exactly.
You know, and be that kind of person. If your significant other calls you for support, then let them know that, hey, I'm putting myself in position to be there, present for you 100%. Let me take the time to get myself ready. They should understand that, just like on the airport, they say in the airplane, they say you got to put your mask on first
Before you put
can
on
help somebody else.
exactly before you can help somebody else. I believe in that honestly. Like, yeah. You want to give that person the opportunity to be able to receive instead of them trying to juggle and halfway listening to what you're saying and not really being present for you. Give them the opportunity. And if your person calls you, or if your person calls you with that, be understanding. Sometimes we going through stuff and we sometimes can't see outside of the tornado or the whirlwind that we're in. And when you reach out for your lifeline, then the lifeline, if such they are, should be willing to listen to what you have to say. And that can be a very telling moment. If you're going through something and your person can't hold you up or support you, or that's a red flag.
Doesn't even have the awareness to understand, hey, this is where I need to play a supporting role.
Mm-hmm.
But first and foremost, your connection, your source of power, your source of support, strength, restoration is not somebody else.
Right.
The greatest force resides within you.
Within you already.
In those moments, and just as every human being does, we need emotional support, we need fortification, we need reinforcements. Yeah, it's normal and natural to reach out to somebody. But understand, you might reach out to somebody, and what if there's nobody there in that moment?
Nobody answers.
You
Nobody picks
still
up.
have to have your own flame, your own internal fire that's going to see you through
Your own
whatever
internal
darkness,
compass. Yeah.
whatever darkness you may be in, until you get to the person, your support system.
Mm-hmm.
So understand where your power really lies,
Mm-hmm.
where your support really lies.
Absolutely. We've talked about couples therapy before.
Yep.
I think that even if you're not in trouble necessarily,
Mhm.
even if you just want to make sure that you're heading in the right direction, couples therapy is great because you have an unbiased person who's listening to you and seeing your interaction and may pick up on something that maybe the two of you didn't pick up on.
Yeah. And when you keep the goal in mind, what it says here is consider virtual couples therapy, one, to strengthen your relationship
Mm-hmm.
and your communication skills.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about getting into your business, somebody cranking your skull or whatever the isms and schisms that hang up that people have about therapy or speaking to someone. The goal is to strengthen your relationship, strengthen your communication skills. You go into it with that in mind, and there shouldn't be any hang-ups.
And something that you've always said, that you want to work to be able to present your best self.
Absolutely.
There it is.
Why wouldn't I want to do what's going to strengthen my relationship? Why would I have a problem with that?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm interested in her, why would she have a problem doing something that's going to strengthen our relationship?
And here's the thing about therapy too, it can give you the skills that you would need in conflict resolution. Everything is not always going to be roses and nice and sweet. Sometimes we're not going to disagree with each other, really. But if you're able to manage your conflict and not go at each other's throats, but actually communicate and talk to each other like human beings, like beings, and come to a place of resolution, that's always better than taking a knife to each other's throat just because you're mad.
All right.
So learning conflict resolution is a really, really great tool to have in your tool belt.
Save you a lot of headache and a lot of stress too.
Mm-hmm.
One of the greatest lessons I ever learned, I don't need to respond to everything. Everything does not need my input.
Yeah, it just is what it is, and what I say is not going to change it. So, or sometimes you just got to give the other person time to marinate. Exactly. And lastly, the daily check-ins.
That's kind of what we said before. But yeah, daily interaction. We check in with one another. We start our daily rituals. So much of that being in a long distance relationship is just communicating with one another.
Yeah, and it's not always about earth-shattering news. It's just like we would be on the phone with each other doing basic stuff around the house, washing dishes or cooking or getting ready for bed or getting ready for work, whatever the case is. It's like we enjoy each other's company and we want to feel each other's presence. So we just put the phone on and go from there, you know? And it's really like, for me, it's like kind of like an indication of what it would be like to actually live with Vern. Because I see what his day-to-day habits are. He sees what mine are.
And we got a chance to get over it. So if there's anything
This is what I'm talking about. The shade, the sarcasm.
it goes both ways. Anything that I need to get over it, so it's not an issue. We got time to get over it. And anything about me that's not going to change, that she needs to learn to accept. We got time to learn to just accept that about one another. I'm not in this to change her or make her something that she's not.
Right. I do want you to be yourself. I do want you to be yourself. And I say all the time, I tell them all the time, I know I get on your nerves sometimes, but you love me anyway.
Learn how to operate her up. No problem. Windy day. You know it's gonna rain. You know.
That was an inside joke. Maybe y'all didn't get that one, but okay.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. So
These are the things that we do, and that we can confidently recommend to others on how to keep romance alive in your long distance relationship.
and you know, we do things our own way. And we want to encourage you, if you're in a long distance relationship, to do what works for you. It's no cookie cutter situation. You got to do what makes you happy and fruitful at the end of the day. You got to figure out what works best for you. We're sharing our story to be an encouragement and example for others who are considering going down the path of long distance, or maybe not even long distance, but looking for things that can help the relationship that they're already in close proximity to each other.
Always
Good is good.
and enhance.
Good is good. Mm-hmm.
Anything that's what did the lady say today? Anything that's not progressing is dying.
It's dying.
Stagnation. So if you're in a relationship, you always have to be looking for ways to keep the fire going, keep adding and enhancing the value of a relationship.
And you know, it's going to help you to grow as an individual at the same time. Because if you're not growing yourself, you're dying.
Yeah.
So you want to be constantly exploring who you are as an individual. You want to be going inside of yourself to find out what your traumas are, what your things are that you need to make better about yourself, and to get out of your own comfort zone. And then hopefully your partner will look at your growth and development and be like, I can't let my person leave me behind. let me get my junk together so that I can grow and do better. And then that affects the relationship that you both are in and are contributing to together. It's no 50-50 over here. It's all or nothing.
What can she do with 50%? I gotta give her 100.
Exactly. Or more. Or
I
more.
gotta give a multiplier. Can you imagine? Okay, I'm gonna multiply whatever you give me, but she only gonna give me half and never or zero. So
I'm not the type of person to give 50% because everything that I give, I want to feel that reciprocity come back. It may not come back to me in the same way that I demonstrate, but I do want to see it come back to me. So I'm going to give my best. I'm going to give my all. And that's the same thing that I expect from my partner in the way that he does it, in the way that he can show it to me.
imagine if you serve somebody breakfast in bed, you want them to give you back the same. All they give you is like, dry cereal, no milk, not even bowl. They just bring a box to you.
Here. No, we ain't doing that. We are not doing that.
I saved you some marshmallows.
From the Fruit Loops or whatever.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Multiply that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. That's how you keep a relationship going. That's how you keep fires burning. That's how you enhance relationships. So we would love to hear from you.
Leave it in the comments.
Have some ideas in the comments. Yeah. Say how these things work for you. Say if you got some better ideas, let us all know. And please like, subscribe, and share information that we're putting out a minute to help and be a benefit to other people. So please help spread the word.
Absolutely, because love matters, relationships matter, being better matters, so let's be better together because there's a lot in this world that needs to change, and it starts with each one of us as an individual, and it spreads abroad like that. So like Vernon said, follow us on our YouTube channel, Love, Space, and Time. Like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to check out our couples affirmation, which we just posted today, also on our YouTube page. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Love, Space, and Time. We hope to see you there. We have things coming out, God willing, that we feel like would be a benefit to anyone who comes across us. So we're very grateful and thank you for the love and support that we have received, and we are going to do better and more.
You have it. Peace.
Peace and light.